Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you're doing great. So for today's Saturday video, random videos, however you want to call them, so far has been very random. Hopefully I can do movies stuff again. I got a few things on the list, I haven't watched any of those. But today we are going to be talking about ITZY. They are a group that I really like. I love the music, I love the music videos, I love how unique their concepts are and all that. But we gotta accept that at some point something happened that switched something, and the popularity that they had has gone down. You know, we gotta be honest, that happened, and it was all of a sudden. I mean, we can pinpoint exactly when it happened, but it was all of a sudden, and you know, I feel like they haven't been able to get to where they were before when they debuted and everything. So I want to talk about this because this is very sad. I love this group, I love their concept when they released. So seeing a group that started very strong when they debuted, and then just for one song everything went crumble down, and then see them trying to rebuild that popularity that they had before and not being quite able to do that, and even taking longer to do that. You know, it's sad to me. It's a sad case to me. So I wanted to talk about it, and I also wanted to know you guys' opinion about it because I feel like it's very mixed. Some people are like, they deserve the hate, some people say they don't, some people are like, it's just a song, I don't understand it, some people are like, hey, this is why. You know, it's very mixed things. So I do want to know what you guys' opinion are about this. So as always, I got my notes. I have a few things about this to say. Just give you guys a little bit about the group. So that's technically what I'm gonna do first, just in case you guys don't know about ITZY. I'm not gonna go too into details, okay, because this is not a get to know, which I haven't done one in a while, honestly. I gotta do one at some point, but just so you understand who ITZY is and the members and all that. So again, their name is ITZY. They debuted on February 12th of 2000 oh my god, I cannot speak. Is it time? 2019. There you go. There is 5 members: Jeji, Leah, Eugene, Cherion, I think I'm butchering her name, I'm sorry, and Yuna. They are under JYP Entertainment, which we're gonna talk about the company like at the end ish, I feel like. And their fandom is actually called ITZY. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now, their style and concept of music is very different. It has changed for sure throughout the years of them being active and releasing music. I feel like when they debuted, they had a very fresh look to it. In a way, I don't know if that is the best word to describe it, but that's how I always saw it. And now it's more of a stronger, mature concept, which is nice because you see that they have grown for that, you know, fresh concept to the music that they're releasing now. It is a little bit more intense even, so you can kind of see the change. I am going to tell you a little bit about the comebacks, how they debuted, and then this is gonna be up to the comeback where I feel the change and everything happened. I'm not gonna go too much into detail. That's my neighbor again. He's probably taking the car out. This one is the good one because he doesn't leave the car on like the other neighbors. I'm not gonna tell you dates and how the mini album is going and all of that. Again, this is not a get to know, but I want you to sort of understand how everything started, how it had changed from that comeback that I feel is where everything happened. When they debuted with Dala Dala, again, 2019, and that same year, if I remember, they released another one which is basically the first comeback called ITZY. Just saying the title tracks that they were promoting, by the way. So again, they showed a fresh but strong concept. I feel like they impressed the public with how hard their songs are. I remember most of the song had like a dance break even, so they impressed people with that, but also how stable their comebacks, their voices were while performing, because their dances are very hard. So they definitely catch the public's attention when it comes to like the concept. With just the 2 songs, they got a lot of first places on music shows, and this is something very hard to do as a rookie. This time they were rookies. They got with Dada and ITZY both again, it's very hard for rookies to get first place, so it's another signal that the public likes what they were releasing. 2020, they had Wannabe and Not Shy. Again, they both follow a very fresh concept, but it's always changing it up. When I mean fresh, I don't mean that they're doing the same thing over and over again. It was definitely a different sound, different kind of music in there, but it had a fresh element to it that I really liked. And these two were sort of like that as well. Again, the style of the music videos were also catching people's attention with how it was editing, all of that. And again, they won first place with both songs a few times on different music shows. 2021, they were very active. They got Mafia in the Morning and Loco. Both won first place again a few times on music shows. I will say when it comes to Mafia in the Morning was the one that they kind of changed it up a little bit far from the fresh concept that they had. It had a more strong sound to it. It was fun. That one is one of my favorite songs that they have released, and the music video is also very cool. But people liked it. People liked that they were showing a different side of them. People liked that, oh, this is nice. And then Loco was more close to what they were doing, so people are like, oh, so you can kind of do both things. That's great. And again, it catches people's attention. We're gonna stop there because after this two was that pretty much everything happened, honestly. But also at this time they got a lot of awards during award shows, which they usually happen like at the end of the year. They got a lot of Rookie of the Year, New Female Artists, which a lot of rookies get. They also were recognized a lot by their dances because they also got a lot of Best Performances awards as well. So they were getting recognized for it being a very rookie group that just started, and there were people that, you know, liked their concept and was following them, and their fandom was very big and very strong this time. You may think up to this point being like, okay, they got a lot of first places on music shows, people love their music, people love the music video, people love them. If they're this successful, what happened for that switch in the public, in the fans, that pretty much everything went down? On July 15, 2022, they did a comeback, and the title track was Sneakers. And this song got so much hate. I think I did a reaction of it. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I was able to. Again, I will have to look back. If I didn't, I'll put it somewhere and I'll put it at the end or something, or below if you want to watch it. I will say they did won first place with this song, I think 2 or 3 times. So they did that, which is good. But I feel like this is where the train of hate in a way started. I never understood fully why people hated this song so much. I will say again, I don't remember if I did a reaction of it, but this is not one of my favorite songs that they have released. I think I mentioned this in a past reaction. I don't know if it's this week that I put this on, the last one I remember, but it is normal for you to not like everything from artists, okay? That is okay. I understand that if you're a fan, you want to support them, you can still support it. You know, support the artist and what they release, but it's okay if you don't like one thing. That is totally fine. That's going to happen. I always say this. They're probably gonna change something up, you might not click with it, but you still support it, and that is totally fine. And I think with Sneakers, for me, it wasn't my favorite song, but it wasn't a song that I absolutely hate. If it appears on a playlist, I'll listen to it. It's not my favorite. It's not like I'm gonna go and look for it and listen to it. If it appears on a playlist, I'll listen to it. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. So still, it is a very different concept and even structure of the song. I don't remember it having a dance break, which is something that a lot of people love about ITZY and their songs. There was always a dance break. It was really fun to watch and all of that. I don't remember Sneakers having one. And also after this comeback, they released, I think it was a single. It was called Boys Like You, which also didn't help the hate train, honestly, because I feel like people didn't like that song either. People were like, this sounds just like a Taylor Swift song kind of a thing. I don't know if it was a sample from one Taylor Swift song, I don't know, but I will say this didn't fully help everything that was happening during that time. So I don't know why they decided to release that, but it didn't help. Now when I was looking a little bit about, you know, why people hated this and all of that, I came across a couple of things. I just put 4 because those 4 were the ones that I was seeing the most across the pages, that I was kind of looking up to see how people were reacting when this comeback happened with sneakers and all of that. So the 4 main ones that I saw were that the photo teasers and the teasers from the MV did not match the song, so they felt like it was a 180 from the actual song. The photos were showing chic royal concept, but the song felt just different. So when I looked at the photo, I was like, okay, let me rewind and see the photos. I'll put some on the screen so you can watch it, but I understand it though. It gives you royal vibes, you know, it gives you like Mafia in the Morning type of a song that they're gonna release, and they're gonna be like, we're the queens and all of that. And then here in Sneakers, it's like, this is not exactly. Now Sneakers is a lot about them building their own path and people not being able to do the same thing as them, and kind of that route in a way. It's like even them working hard for what they have, so they're putting the stickers on and just walking you know, in front and all of that. That's kind of the vibe that it gives you. Yeah, I understand that one. The second one is, it feels like a kid's song, something from Disney or Kids Bop. So instead of trying a concept, people thought that they went backwards with the concept. Number 3, the lyrics were cringy and not edgy compared to other songs. I just found a little bit about the lyrics just now. And then it is just a forgettable song. It has a catchy chorus, but that's all. I do remember the chorus being catchy. If you hear it, it will get stuck in your head. That I can agree with, but the rest of the song is just I wouldn't say forgettable, because again, if it appears in a playlist, I'll listen to it, but it's not a song that I will listen to, you know, look up and listen, like I said. So those were the main 4 things that I saw while reading on different places of people saying when that song came out. After, like I said, after I rewinded a bit and saw the pictures, I do understand where the whole childish thing came, and it didn't fit the concept of everything that was releasing. I understand that. I didn't fully remember the pictures, so I had to go by, like I said. And I have mentioned this plenty of times, group are gonna change concept at some point to see if it sticks. I think this was the change of concept that ITZY did to kind of do something different. Again, I don't remember it having a dance break, which is something that they were known for, I feel like. So I understand, you know, as I always say. But this is what I mean by sometimes it will hit, sometimes it doesn't. Now it doesn't get to the extreme of people literally hating on them and them losing fandom, you know, popularity and everything, as you say, and it just crashing down, and now they're being able to rebuild it quick enough. It doesn't get to this, but usually what happens is, you know, they see the response of the people and be like, I don't think this is the thing. They go back to the same thing. That's usually what happens. Not this hate train that they cut after releasing Sneakers, but I always talk about this. Some things are gonna hit, sometimes it doesn't, and I think with ITZY, Sneakers was definitely something that didn't hit with the public. And instead of just the public being like, I don't like this, but I'll wait for the next one, people are like, no. And they just completely forgot about them and did not follow them anymore. The comebacks after Sneakers, I do want to talk about them because again, you will notice the change and going a little bit downhill from here on with the comebacks. Again, Sneakers was released on 2022. That same year, actually they had a comeback with Cheshire? I don't know how to say it. Sheshire. I'm saying that, I'm butchering that, but that is another song. They did won first place once with this song. I'll say that because again, the other ones were multiple times. This one only one time they won first place. This one didn't catch people's attention. Now they did went back to the stuff that they debuted with this one. I'll say that again, changing it up, but it had that fresh concept look that I keep talking about, but it didn't catch people's attention. People didn't understand why the song was so high and it had so many high notes, and people even found that annoying from what I remember. I don't think the song is horrible. I do like it, but the fact that they decided to do something similar to what they were doing debut and not working, I don't think that's a good sign when it happened, because it makes you think, okay, we went back and it didn't work, then something definitely happened with sneakers, that things are not working out. If the same thing that you did before, then you debuted, that should have been doing good because it's similar and they got first place multiple times, it's not working with this one, you know. So I think this was like the wake-up call of, okay, now what are we gonna do? Because after this they released Cake on 2023. It won first place one time again. This year they were active a lot in Japan, from what I was looking for their comebacks and all of that. So I don't know if that has to do with something. I don't know if they decided to build that fan base a little bit more, but they were acting more in Japan. Again, Cake, similar to what they were doing before, but still they get people attention. Again, they tried to go back, didn't work. Probably another wake-up call of, okay, what the hell are we gonna do now that it might work? 2024. Now that year I remember Leah was on hiatus. I would say even 2023 she was on hiatus. I don't exactly remember when she went on hiatus. This light is dying, I can tell, but I don't remember exactly. But 2024 she was on hiatus still, but the group was promoting still. On 2024 I think they were very active. I think they did a lot because they promoted Untouchable, which was like the main track of what they were released, but also they did like 3 more music videos. Now I don't remember if I was able to react to all of them. Honestly, I think I did. Again, if I have reactions of the ones that I'm talking about, I will leave them all linked below. This song Untouchable specifically, it did get first place once on a music show, but I think it didn't get people's attention. I think the one that got the most attention from the public, it wasn't as much, but it was definitely more than the other ones, was Born to Be. It was a very different concept, very strong, kind of was able to highlight all of the members in the choreo, vocals, everything. So I feel like that one was the one that people were more paying attention to, but then they didn't promote that enough for it to kind of get more attention from the public and probably help rebuild the fan base, because they keep promoting Untouchable during this time. Now at the end of 2024 I remember that Leah came back from the hiatus and they did a comeback with Gold and Imaginary Friend. They had 2 title tracks. I don't remember if neither of these 2 songs got first place. I was looking at the awards list on a page and I didn't see anything about first place with neither of these 2 songs, so I'm not sure if it got first place. You're more than welcome to tell me below, because I didn't see anything. I even looked outside the page and nowhere was telling me that they won first place with either of the 2 songs. I will say I do like Imaginary Friends more than Gold. I think Imaginary Friends had a very unique concept. It was totally different and the message was beautiful, for me at least, and what they were talking about and all of that. And when you see the choreo, it's even more amazing. Just that song was amazing. I feel like if they promoted that one more instead of Gold, because Gold is nice, it's very hip-hop-ish kind of a song, but I don't know, Imaginary Friends, I feel like if they promoted that a little bit more and it got a little bit more love from the public, I think it could have been the song that helped them rebuild that fan base again. But they didn't promote it enough in my opinion. I don't think they, you know, they keep performing it live on, you know, live performances and all of that. I don't know if it still will have an effect, you know, in helping them rebuild the fan base, but if it just got a little bit more love and a little bit more like promotion, I feel like that song could have been the one, because the song is beautiful. I will honestly also suggest you to go hear it, see the music video, everything. It's a beautiful song. And then on 2025, so far the only thing that they have released is Girls Will Be Girls. It is another strong concept. It is very similar to Born to Be in a way. I didn't remember if this one got first place. That's another one that I didn't see anything on the award list and me looking at the side. But if it got first place, you're more than welcome to let me know. I think it did. I think it did. I didn't see anything. I will say again, it got a little bit of people's attention, but it wasn't enough, honestly. But it's a good song. I really like it. I like the message of it and how they, you know, the birds in the music video were simulating like the hate and the hate comments and everything, and them following Leah, knowing that she went on hiatus and everything that was happening. I liked it. I like how they did a music video. So awards, again, I'm touching on them, but again, if you can see, first place show awards went down a little bit. They did get awards from award shows, but that also went down a little bit. I feel like new groups started debuting a lot during this time, and they still keep debuting a lot. I feel like ITZY cannot stand, you know, it cannot stand out like before. When they started, their concept was very unique. Now in K-pop, in this new generation, I have mentioned it before, it's very different from the last one. People are doing a bunch of different things, a lot of groups debuting, so trying to catch up and do something that is still unique but is still part of how the group is can be a little bit hard, and still catch people's attention, because again, people's attention can change with the change of groups and all that. So to finish this up, I don't think ITZY needs to go back to the concepts that they did before. I don't know if they will feel comfortable again. They have matured and all of that, so probably moving on to do something else might be good. They want to show a more mature version of themselves, which is totally fine. Again, they have grown a lot. They have been active already for a couple of years, so it's totally fine. And that's why we're seeing them do more stronger concepts in the last few comebacks, and kind of experimenting a lot more with the music. What I think they need to do is regroup and reanalyze everything. You want to do more mature concepts, stronger concepts like the last ones, great. How can we do this so it will get people's attention and we can start building that fan base again? Because they haven't been able to do that. In my opinion, I don't think they're getting the same attention as when they debuted. I think a lot has to do with new group, new things happening now in K-pop. Everybody's doing something different. It's not like before that everybody was clumping together and doing the same thing. Everybody has a unique thing now, and because of that, it's a little bit hard. It's a little bit harder to stand out. So I think they just need to regroup and rethink everything with ITZY. The company, I said I was going to touch the company a little bit, because JYP at the moment I feel like has a lot. Okay, I feel it has a lot. I feel they're struggling. They don't fully know what to do, and because of this, ITZY getting affected a little bit. They got a lot. Okay, they got Stray Kids and Twice. These two groups have grown so much, and now Twice members are kind of going a little bit more solo activities. Even Stray Kids has been very active this year. They already raised the bar with both groups, and you know, music videos and everything, and they gotta keep it there. You know, they cannot lower quality with both groups, and that is money spending on that. Especially Stray Kids music video right now, oh my god, they're amazing, but they're insane. So going back down is not a choice with Stray Kids. They have been doing tours. Twice has been doing tours. That is expensive shit. Their venues are huge. That is a lot of money they're spending. And these two groups, I feel like the ones that are making the most money in JYP, honestly. They got those two big groups right now. Next and K-Flip. I know Next is mainly Japanese promoting. They have another one that I didn't write down, that is Nisio, I think it is. It's another one that promotes more in Japan, but they still do Korean comebacks or release the same song in Korean, they promote it. But K-Flip is another new group that they debuted recently. I think they're doing a comeback very soon. But Next, K-Flip are sort of newish groups now in JYP. Build a fan base with both groups, especially K-Flip. They're doing a comeback. We will see. I have heard a lot about K-Flip. I've reacted to them on the channel. You have the re-debut of Girl Set. I don't remember how they were called before, but now there's 4 members, I think. They re-debuted as Girl Set. Whole different concept, everything. So now they gotta rebuild that fan base. They got the bands, Day6, X9 Heroes. I don't know if there's any other band under JYP, but those are the main 2 that I know of. I don't know if I'm missing somebody. I feel like both bands are getting attention from the public, especially SC9 Heroes. I think they have been very active a lot and releasing a lot more music, and it has definitely got people's attention. So now they gotta keep that up so it doesn't die down. They got MX is doing very good. I feel like they're supposed to be like the little sister of Twice, but they're doing pretty good. Members are having solo stuff. The public loves them. Vocals are stable and everything. People love Inmix, so they gotta keep up with that as well. I'm pretty sure I'm missing groups from JYP. They got a lot more and a lot more like sub companies beneath them that they also have to deal with, but these are just a few that I put up here for you to understand that they got a lot going on now. Not only they gotta keep with their top artists, they have new groups to rebuild fan base, and it looks messy. And I read somewhere, I don't know if this is true, that they are preparing to debut a girl group. I wrote it down today because I didn't want to forget. A girl group. Apparently they were seeing some trainees or something come out of the building, and they thank those other members for a new group. Apparently. What the fuck are you doing, JYP? Why are you debuting? Okay. Why are you doing this? You got a lot going on. This company has a lot. I didn't even mention everything. I'm pretty sure I left groups out and solos out. And you're gonna debut a girl group, but you barely have fan base. Established fan base. A strong fan base for K-Flip. Barely. They're barely starting. And you're debuting a girl group. What is the reason? When I see this stuff, I think somebody's leaving that company. Something is happening with that company. Some people are leaving and they need something to replace it, and they do this. That is something that I always think of, and I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but I don't understand why they're debuting a girl group when they haven't even built a strong fan base for Kickflip, which is the last one that they debuted. I don't know if they're like, we don't know if Girls Side is gonna work, so we need a new one. I don't know if they're like, Stray Kids soon is going to start going to military service. We need to do something about it. You have Kickflip, you have the bands, you have everybody. They will be able to keep your company afloat while Stray Kids finish military service. I don't know if it is that some Twice members are going to leave at some point. I don't know, I think most of them renew contract not too long ago, I feel like, so I don't know, there were rumors of Tsuyu leaving, but I don't know if that's true. Either way, they apparently debuting a girl group. Oh, in a rant. The point of me ranting about this is that because this company has a lot going on and a lot of fan base to build, it's just getting behind. They're not paying attention to them. They're not giving them the attention they need to be able to rebuild the fan base so it works out again, so it's stronger as before. And this is very frustrating for me because I love this group. I love what they do, and seeing them fade into the background, it's sad to me. And seeing the company not doing anything about it properly annoys the crap out of me. So again, I don't know if they're gonna do a comeback this year again, and that's gonna be the one. I don't know, hopefully they're able to release something else this year. I think that would be cool, but we will see. I think they're in talks of renewing the contract, from what I remember. I saw somewhere that they were renewing the contracts. There is a lot of talk that they are going to renew a contract, all of them. I think next year is going to be their 7th year, which is usually how long the contracts are. So during this time, there are a lot of talks about renewing, not renewing, everything. Everything points out to them renewing the contract. If they do renew the contract, hopefully they get the attention they need from the company and the help to rebuild that fan base and get as big as they were before. That's first thing. And I also think they will ask to have a little bit more freedom. Stray Kids has a lot more freedom now. Twice has a lot more freedom now, and I feel like things have changed for good with those two groups. And they have gone even bigger than the way before, so it wouldn't surprise me if ITZY kind of tries to have a little bit more freedom, to kind of see if that works for them, you know, being able to probably write a little bit more or have a little bit more of a voice when it comes to their comebacks. Not saying that they haven't had that, but a little bit more than what they have. And they're probably gonna ask for more solo activities in the future. Judging the video solo, and it went really well. I see the other members debuting solo, I see the other members probably trying acting, and if they're in talk for renewing contract, maybe that's some other stuff that they're kind of talking about to see if it works. I do think they'll stay in JYP. I don't see them leaving, especially with the way that I have been seeing them talking about renewing the contract. It sounds like they are thinking of renewing it, but I do think they're asking for a little bit more this time to see if having a little bit more power is gonna be able for them to build and see if they can get to where they were before. But you know, I think the company needs to support them and promote them more, but I see that hard knowing how everything is going with the other groups and then probably debuting another girl group. Again, they're gonna have to pay attention to the new girl group for them to build a fan base. They barely have built kick. Okay, I'm gonna rant again about that. I don't want to bore you guys anymore. This is what I wanted to talk about. One, because I want people, you know, to know that this is happening. I want to know what you guys think about this. Maybe I'm missing some kind of key information or something, I don't know. But this is sad. I love ITZY. I don't want anything to happen to this group. Let me know what you all think. Have you heard stuff like this from ITZY? Did you hear sneakers? Again, if I have reactions from the comebacks that I have mentioned here, I'll leave it all below, so it's easier for you guys to like go and see whichever you want to see. But please let me know what you guys think in the comment below. I want to know. I want to see if I'm the only one, if I'm not, what you guys think of it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing great, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye.